Why? Why? What madness was it that drew me to decide to do this? I'll be completely honest with you. First of all, welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Feshy Bridge. Someone's actually already asked in the chat. It is Echo Golf Zulu Lima, Feshy Bridge Airfield, as it is on little nav map. It's the home of the Cairngorm's Gliding Club. I must confess, when I started, when I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do a quick flight and I'm going to stream it because I thought the lighting would be interesting and all that kind of stuff. Over there, the sun was on the hills a little bit. I mean, you can see it coming through a little bit now, but it actually looked a lot better over there. And I thought, well, we could just take off, we could scoot over there, have a look, chase some of the nicer weather, and then once I started setting everything up, the heavens really have opened. But this is the kind of weather you get up here in the Highlands in the summer. When I was camping up here last year, I was camping about probably about 20 minutes from here, further into the hills, and it was like this pretty much every day. The kind of weather where you wonder if the tent's going to take off, and just constant rain. But hey, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Hello to everyone in the chat. Good to have you here. Guy just pulled my crew out of siege on Ready or Not to watch this. Dude, I'm honoured. Do you know what? Interestingly enough, I've tried to get into that game, and I just can't seem to get into it, and I don't know why. I need to revisit it. I think I just get I think it's after playing so many shooters where you are more kind of like tactical shooters. No, that's the wrong, not tactical shooters. Things like Armour and that kind of stuff where you're not shouting out a warning or having to follow a correct procedure or anything like that. I find it a bit of a struggle. I find it strange walking into a room and shouting out, "Put your hands up! Put your hands up!" And not just opening fire. Right, we are checking for two things: Highland squirrel and the wild haggis of the Cairngorms. Haggis, people only really know them from eating them, but actually they're quite a ferocious animal, and they love the smell of oil. So you sometimes find them nestled away around engines, anywhere really where you're going to get a lot of oil. They're going to be in there, but everything else is looking fine and dandy. Right, let's just quickly jump in. Now, I've just realised I've not flown this repaint before, so I'm just wondering, yeah, all my physical controls are working. Now the rain has calmed down a bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The sun has come out a bit. Wow. We might actually see something other than just grey. It's kind of like a cliche, but it's very true up here that what is it? Wait 5 minutes and you'll see different weather or something. I can't remember the exact wording of it, but yeah. Guy, what server are we on? I think it's probably Southeast Asia. I must admit I haven't checked it, but let's have a quick look. Boom, boom, boom. Settings, online, Southeast Asia. Yeah. There we go. Wow, wonderful. So this is my current obsession, the 500C. Absolutely love it. I'm just getting my controls sorted out. I sometimes find with my Virpil I haven't been lazy. I have been lazy, and I've not watched Jay Balatu's video yet on how to properly set up the. Hello, we have company. Properly set up the Virpil collective for this helicopter, which I need to do. Okay, let's have oh, look at that persistence pitot heat left on from the last trip. Or maybe not. I do find that when I loaded up my loop deck software, something went twang in the cockpit, so that could have been that. You get some funny key assignments going on. Right, first things first. In the chat, if it all gets a bit loud, if you wouldn't mind letting me know. With the engines, I like to have it on so that people can hear the engine noise, but also sometimes it drowns out my voice, which for some people might be a real advantage, but some people apparently do like to listen to the waffle, what emanates from my gob. I think you left your chat behind. There's a fella sitting there on the grass. It's train sim. It's train sim. Look at that, and it's showing in a Robinson. There's Guy. I don't know what Guy's in. I suspect it's probably a Lynx, but today, my friend, you are a default Bonanza. Right. Okay. I need to concentrate because otherwise things go wrong. So let's have a quick check of that. That's all good. Flick of that. That's all good. Everything down here is absolutely fine. I'm not going to do a full checklist. As you can probably tell, let's have some lights on. Start pump on for 5. Okay, fuel cock is in. What did I do over here? Because I'm going to do it again. There we go. Just pop that up. Come on, behave yourself. There we go. Finger on the start switch and let's engage. Do you know what I did? I wonder if it'll still go. think we might be alright. I started it like it was the 500E, and I took my finger off the starter switch. But I think... Okay, off the starter. Yeah, we're alright. Phew! What a plonker. That's the rotor speed warning. Don't need to worry about that. How's the sound in the chat? It seems blooming loud in my ear. But hopefully that's just how I've got things set up here. JT Australia, how you doing? I think model matching is also Wi-Fi speed. I saw it take... okay. Oh, interesting. Ah, it could be. Could be. Do you know, I've not flown the Robinson. Yeah, weather is much better, isn't it? How's the sound, guys? Can someone just give me a quick check on... Can you hear me okay over the racket that's coming out of the helicopter? It would be good to know before I take off, because otherwise it gets a little bit tricky. Oh, don't start doing the accents, Robbie boy. Do not start doing the accents, you get in trouble. Quick look around. Brilliant, thank you, JT. Okay, so wind is 30 knots from that away. So that's quite handy. So take off or pick up, go towards the runway. We can see the windsock over there, and then weak it over there. That is lucky with the sound. It's not too bad at all. Okay. Oh, lost my head tracking for a moment. Come back. There we go. Okay, recenter that. That's all good. And now, just ever so slightly, start to add throttle. Watching that the torque doesn't go too high. We don't want it to go any higher than... Yeah, that's fine. Peaked at about 37, which is good. So full throttle is on, and we're good to go. Have people around for lunch, so we'll leave once they arrive. Okay, Andrew, no worries, mate. Good to see you. Kevin, thank you. Much appreciated. Okay. On y va, as they don't say in the Highlands of Scotland. Or they might have done during the Jacobite rebellion. Let's just come over here. I just can't believe how the weather has cleared like this, but this is, you know, joking aside, this is what it's like up here. Quick check of the old Maparoni. Gino, come stai? Oh, that's not good. Why is it always when I start a flight, before I start a flight, everything's working, and now I've got something going on with the head tracking? That's okay. We will fix that when we land. Right, so we're flying into the grot now. For anybody who doesn't know, grot is a technical term. I try not to use too many technical terms, but grot is a technical term. It means horrible weather. Do you know what I just realised? I haven't wound my RPM up to 104. There we go. Just adjusted that now. Gino, where am I coming live from? This is the Highlands of Scotland. We're just coming up to a place called Loch Insh. There we go. Loch Insh is kind of, I was going to say off the A9. Yeah, it is. It's off the A9 on the way to Aviemore. Weather here is pretty dreich, as they say, and it's getting dreicher as we get closer. So I need to try and put the helicopter down so that I can try and fix my head tracking, because As you can see, it won't move any further than there, and I think I probably know why. So let's just come around here. There's the water sports centre. There we go. Weather is blooming awful. There it is. Used to be a nice little restaurant there. I've not been there for a while, but and you can stay in log cabins. Right, I cannot move my head, so let's come down. Steady. Steady. That was awful. Terrible landing. That's what happens when you try and get down too quickly. Right, let's have a quick look. Yeah. Head tracking settings are absolutely mullered. Let's try that. There we go. I love this grass monkey. It's so good. It's really sensitive and it's really accurate, but sometimes you have to do something with it. Guy, that's called a technical or rather a tactical landing. When we have to get the aircraft down on the ground quickly and we're not messing about, that's what you do. You don't mess about. We're not worried about finesse when it comes to a scenario like this. Alright, sunshine? That's how it works. Right. Sorry, chaps. Let's do that again. Gino, can you tell me a little bit about Scotland? Wow. Where do I start? It is beautiful. It's a beautiful country. We're up here in the mountains, but there are the lowlands that aren't mountains but still have some hills. It's a beautiful country, really nice people. Not all of them like the English, it has to be said. I lived up here when I was younger and fell in love with the place, and now I bore everyone to death by flying here all the time. But it is quite stunning. You can see the light on the hills over there. So yeah, so welcome to Loch Insh. Here we go. No windsurfers out today. Not even they are crazy enough to do this. I love how realistic this is, though. Honestly, this is just what it was like when I came here last year. Horrible weather, but it's all part of being here. There's the restaurant down there, and you can see all the boats. Yeah, it's quite a well-known. It's quite a well-known like water sports place. And that kind of hexagonal building there, that actually exists. It's kind of like the, or it certainly used to be the, like a gift shop or like an office. But it's quite interesting. Okay. How is the weather in Scotland? This is live weather, so this is kind of what it's like here today. But I find one of the wonderful things about Scotland is the mixture of weather you get. So when I first brought my sons up here camping, and I wasn't quite sure if they were going to enjoy it, we came up during a not a heat wave, but a period of really quite beautiful weather, and it was sunny, and during the day baking hot, but at night, because there was no cloud cover, it was quite chilly. And that was in August. But you get a mixture, really, as we're seeing now. I mean, you know, this isn't that unrealistic that 1 minute we're sitting in torrential rain and the next minute it's kind of cleared up, and that rain has passed now and has gone over to the Cairngorm Mountains just there. So hopefully it'll keep clearing, because we will head over there. What's the time? Don't know how long I've got on this. This isn't going to be a particularly long stream. It was a bit of a kind of jump in and have a look, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll get over there and see what it's like. Aiden, how you doing? Okay, everybody, he's going to love this. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aidan. Ready? Happy birthday to you. There you go. There you go, matey. You don't get that anywhere else. Thank God. Sorry, everyone. It's a running joke. Not that it's his birthday, it is his birthday, but it's a running joke, the singing thing. So, okay, that's interesting. Map, move, here we go. Oh, we got Loch Alvie over here. Let's go and have a look at that, because this is quite interesting. I don't think I've seen this in Flight Sim 2024. But Loch Alvie is interesting. It's quite you quite often see photographs of it, because there's a church, or a kirk, as it's called, in these parts, and it's quite picturesque. So I'm just going to come around. There we go. I want to get the right angle, because this is the angle that you quite often see from the trees. Sorry, from the road. Here we go. Here's Loch Alvie. Guy, thank you. Oh, dude. People have often said that. They said, Rob, why do you mess about doing flight sim videos? Why don't you take to the circuit? Well, now you know. Okay, so interesting. There's the road, but I'm not seeing the church just yet. Oh, there it is. It's hidden in the trees, which again isn't. God, I wish I could bore you to death by showing you photographs, but there it is. There's the church. This sim is just ridiculous for detail and how realistic the landscape is. Amazing. Right. Let's head back out. How's that horrible weather doing? Seems to be still moving over, but is that another band of weather coming up? We will see. Right, we'll tilt back along here, say hello to the holiday makers. Mr. Telemark, hello. Oh, do you know what? This is a little bit like, and this is a shameless plug, the video preview for Clifford's Yosemite. If you haven't seen it, then please do take a look. But it's up in the mountains with the pine trees and all that kind of stuff. And when I'm in terrain like this, I start to get all gooey inside, ladies and gentlemen, because I do love it, love it, love it, love it. And it's especially in weather like this, where it is actually quite realistic, feel even more at home. There's the railway line that goes up to Aviemore, the A9. So we're just going to follow this. There's Aviemore up ahead. Pop over the trees. Here's the start to Aviemore. There's the Premier Inn Hotel if you're looking for budget hotels, just down there. I don't know why I'm flying this way. I wanted to fly that way, but I got a bit carried away. Gino, how often do I stream? That is a very good question, my friend. That's a very good question. I was going to try and get into a regular stream pattern, and I was looking at streaming every Friday night, and I've streamed the last 2 Fridays, but not ended up doing it. So I think in honesty, it's probably going to be a bit of a mix. Almost likely to stream on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, and then maybe an evening at some point, but it tends to be a little bit ad hoc. as you can probably tell, I'm not a professional streamer. I have a day job, which is quite busy, so I don't have it's hard to have any kind of fixed schedule. Sorry, concentrating a bit there. So, yeah, it's just really kind of as and when. But we have a Discord, and I always try and post in the Discord when I'm going to do it. So, and I think, yeah, Streamlabs has posted the Discord in the chat. So that's really good. You're going to have to announce them in the Discord, which can be found. Oh, thank you. Going to start charging you up, Guy. Blimey. Guy, are you saying you're now my PA? That's quite something. It's not often you get a helicopter engineer working as your PA. So we're just following the road into the mountains now, up to Loch Morlich. As you can see, the weather's deteriorating, but that's fine. That's what we're here for, by God. The weather can throw at us what it will. We will fight it every inch of the way. That's what we're here for. Just coming through here. Oh, this is really rather nice. You can't fault this sim for atmosphere, that's for sure. Gino, are you streaming tomorrow? No, I probably won't be streaming until next weekend now. I tend to stream really kind of once a week, if that, to be honest. Just keep following this road. Quick check the instruments to make sure we're not doing anything silly, which we're not. Just tooting along, keeping the road in sight. Cold Case, hello from New Zealand. That's got some lovely country for flying helicopters in, hasn't it? Well, for any kind of flying, but Milford Sound. I know it's a bit of a flight sim trope, but Milford Sound, my lord. It's lovely flying around there, and also flying Milford Sound to Queenstown. That's a nice little jaunt. Keep coming down here. Do you know what? It's funny. I'm thinking, and it's reminding me how when you drive this, it seems a lot longer than you think it's going to be, and then flying it, it's kind of the same. Right, here's Loch Morlich. Just coming up on here, and up here there's a beach, and on a nice hot sunny day it's like a beach. It's full of people like they are down the beach. All the people camping and staying in chalets and all that sort of thing around here. Everyone kind of congregates, I guess because it's quite a rare thing. And I'm so busy yakking, I'm not concentrating on flying. But we're going to the only thing I find in the sim is that there's quite a steep gradient on the beach, so we're going to have a look at that. A lot of left skid down, as you can see. So let's just come in gently. Oh, it looks like the map has been updated. I can see the tables in front of the cafe. I don't remember seeing that before. You can get an idea of the gradient. There we go. Just trying to judge how steep that was, but that's not bad. Yeah, it's definitely been updated. Let's pop outside. There's the cafe. Hello everybody. Oh, sorry, it's getting a bit dusty. Don't worry. There we go. Look at that. I wish I could show you a photo now of what it's like down here, because I tell you what, people in the Discord, I'm going to post a picture in the Discord in a bit, but first of all I'm going to take a screenshot. Oh, that didn't work. Go away. I'm going to post this screenshot on a real picture and you'll see what I'm talking about. So there we go, right. Let's, whoa! Let's not get too close to that. Hey, safety first. Safety first. There we go. You have VR too, Miss Telemark. I do have VR, but do you know what? I rarely use it. I'm using head tracking for this. But yeah, I rarely use VR purely because I've got all sorts of other screens going on, so I don't use it. Elliot, the New Zealand update for the sim is amazing. The upgraded TIN and the displacement. Oh, is it? Okay, I'll have to have a look at that. Right. Okay, let's see how it's looking. I can't really see from here, but I was going to say have a look at the mountains. Okay, let's do some pilot stuff. Where is the wind? The wind's behind. Steady on, old boy. So yeah, the as you can see, the weather is pretty crap still over by the mountains, but let's come back round. Follow the road. So this is the road that goes up into the hills. So we'll keep track of that. Nice campsite down there. Actually, up here, let's take it. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I think I've lost it. Oh no, that might be it there. Ooh, yeah, that's the mountain rescue and outdoors training thing. Glenmore. Sorry, right, let's come back round. So I've lost focus on the flying, and that's never a good thing when you're in bad weather like this. You are asking for trouble. So we'll scoot up here. Coming up to Cairngorm Mountain. That over there is like I think it's like a camper van car park, but you can't see it because the weather's so bad. Came here one year and there was a helicopter lifting building materials from that car park over there up to the summit. I think they were renovating the cafe. But here we go. Here's the Cairngorm Mountain Visitor Centre. With a very dodgy car park. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is I've got Bijan's mod in, so interested to see what it's like on the hills. Had a quick look the other day and it was looking quite good. Now the gradient in this car park in the sim is pretty ridiculous. Obviously in real life it's not quite so bad, but you can get an idea as we come in. It's on quite a slope. So we're just going to inky it along a bit. But if you've ever been skiing on Cairngorm Mountain, you'll recognise this. This is the start of the funicular railway, which is there. So you come out of that building and then you scoot up here. You can see all the ski runs. Honestly, the detail is incredible. funicular railway coming up. Yeah, and this guy was literally, I think it was a, it was probably a 125 from memory, and he was flying this 125 from the car park up to here and just bringing up load after load, and so effortless. He made it look like he was sitting there with a fag in his mouth, a cup of tea in his hand, and the newspaper on the lap. And he was just bringing load after load up here so effortlessly, and I thought, my God, that is skill. So this is the Ptarmigan kind of visitor centre, restaurant, whatever at the top. It doesn't look anything like that. That is Autogen populating it, but it's I don't know what it's like now, but certainly back in the day you weren't allowed to, if you came up on the railway during the summer, you weren't allowed to leave the building. You had to earn the right to walk up here, and I think also it was to try to preserve the mountain by not having lots of people coming up. I don't know if that's changed these days, but anyway, so we're just coming up to the summit of Cairngorm Mountain, which I have been to when I was a young lad. Excuse me, itchy nose. Nothing worse than having an itchy nose when you're flying a helicopter. So let's have a look. That there is the trig point. It's not modelled in the sim, but you can see the photo scenery of it. That's the triangulation point. That's the kind of point of the summit. So I'm just going to move it over a little bit. There we go. Right, let's jump out. Hang on, have I brought my waterproofs? Have I brought my waterproofs? Do you know, I felt like I was bending down then. It seems awful low, but I just guess it's the way. That's a detailed rock, isn't it? Wow. Let's come up here. Come on. Can you run in this? Seems to be awful slow. Now, strangely, excuse me, strangely we seem to have snow on the hills. I guess that's just, yeah, I don't know why, but I can tell you now, there might be tiny, tiny, tiny little remnants of snow, but there won't be snow like this. So that's a little bit odd. I think it's just because of the weather. I think it's just, or it could be the light, I don't know. But here we are on the top of Cairngorm Mountain. How wonderful. Okie doke. Let's get back in. Shut the door. Shut the door, lad. Right. Where should we go now? Let's head down into the... I think we'll head down into the valley. Yeah, I know what we'll do. Probably haven't got too much long left. Yeah, Guy, there you go, isn't it, eh? Not a very good briefing from the Met Man warning us about the snow. Right, let me just think. So we're going to go over there. Looking at the map. Yep. Yep, that's all good. Okay. Concentrate. Yes, this way. So we're just going to fly along the ridge. This for the geologists, geographers in the house. This is a wonderful example of glacial erosion. You've got the corries up here, and you've got these spectacular kind of U-shaped valleys, which you can't really see because of the murk, but it is quite something. But that's kind of what I'm talking about there. It's a really nice corrie, little tiny loch in the bottom. Just getting my bearings. So I'm now going to bring us over here. And we are going to ascend to the heights of Ben Macdui, which is the highest mountain. And one of the famous Munros. Munros being, I can't remember what height they've got to be. Bloody big is what they've got to be. Look at that lovely loch down there. So we'll keep the climbing. Keep the climbing. It's quite handy actually. The weather is still not brilliant, but it's not so bad that it makes flying horrible. Ooh, we've got bit of light over there. Right, let's come round. Here's Ben Macdui. The detail on the ground in the Highlands is so damn good in this sim. It really is. It's funny, there are some areas where it's a little bit hazy, but in this sim it's just, or sorry, in this area, it's so much fine detail. It's crazy. There we are, top of Ben Macdui. And the view now should be, hopefully, pretty spectacular. Although with the weather it's hard to tell, but we come down now into the valley. Now is not a time to get vertigo or to lose visibility, because we've just flown into that cloud. So let's get some bearings. Let's drop down, but keep an eye on the ground, please. Thank you. There it is, there's the ground. And this is just a gorgeous valley, it really is. And there's a bothy down here. A bothy is like an old hut that climbers, and I guess back in the day it would have been probably shepherds. But you can take refuge in here. And it is in this sim, although I have been here, it's a little bit hidden. But it's hidden in the trees. Ah, actually no, it's not, because Bijan's add-on has sorted it out. I can see it, or I could see it. There it is, just down there. There it is. It's worth a close look. Alright, briefing for landing. Watch out for the mountains. Watch out for the wild carnivorous haggis. And everything will be tickety-boo. Whoa, steady. What is the wind here? Wind is pretty calm. Which is kind of lucky. I mean, this is live weather. And the wind isn't too bad at all. There we go. There we go. Look at that. I mean, what a position right at the base of this big lump of granite here. Some poor hiker in there now trying to get some kit after doing an all-night ascent, and some Herbert turns up in a helicopter. So yeah, before the Bijan mod, this was covered in trees, and luckily it's removed them, so that's quite cool. I like that. That's quite cool. So there's the hut. There's the granite. Super. Right. Okay, so let's have a quick look. See where we are. Right. Okay, I know where we're going. So this is the home stretch now. Lovely 500C there. Oh no, it's the H500C. So we're going to come down here now. We're going to head back to Feshy Bridge, but we're going to work round southwards now. No, I'm not going to. Yes, I am. Yeah, I am. Talking to myself. I was going to go a bit further south, but I'm not. I kind of want to stay up in the mountains because it's just so nice. And oh, what wonderful! Look at that weather. Okay. No, I'm not going to go up there. Look at the detail on the ground. It's insane. Insane. That running water. Oh my lord. Okay. So what I was going to do was go up that valley and then pop over the top, but the viz isn't brilliant. The cloud base is just low enough to be above the top of the hills. So we'll stay down here where the air is sweet, and we can see a little bit more. And I'm just going to, yeah, we'll contour round this away. What third-party map do you use? Cold case. I'm using Little Nav Map. Little Nav Map, and then if you go onto flightsim.to, you can get. Someone's done a pack of maps for it, so like I've got satellite view, which is really quite cool. Great for doing this kind of flying because you can, you know, you can see a little bit more detail and identify things a little bit more. Gino, thank you very much, sir. It's wonderful to have you here. Piacere. Okay, we're going to pop over here. It's all going to plan so far. There we go. All going to plan so far, and then down, 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 down this way. Quick check of the map. Yeah. Just nudging into the top of the cloud there. You can see the rain. So we're just going to pop over the top of this hill. Keeping an eye on the map. Just watching the Taog there. Watching the speed. Always tell what my concentration level is by how much I shut up. So at the moment I'm just getting some speed up, but also balancing the torque as well, because we had to climb, so that was winding in a bit of collective. And this helicopter will bite you on the arse if you overdo it. Look at that. Just look at that. Gino, that's a very good question. Very good question. Do I know how to fly this helicopter? I assume that's because I'm obviously not displaying the correct skills. I've never flown a helicopter in real life, and I've actually only ever been in a helicopter once. A Sea King, many years ago. But I've become addicted to them in the flight sim. And this H500C is my current addiction. It's kind of in a way that I like to fly the Spitfire. This is kind of like my helicopter Spitfire. Used to be the Llama, but I just got into this. So let's just keep an eye on the torque there. Just gonna have to pull some pitch just to get us over here. That's some proper murky cloud there, isn't it? Wow. Pop over the top, quick check of the map. And we're actually really quite high up here. We're almost on I mean, it's not really a plateau, but it's kind of a plateau, isn't it? But it's a flattened area, but we are blooming high up, as you may well see when we start popping down a bit. You see this path over here, and I'm going to come down into this valley. Keep an eye on the speed. Watch that. This is where you have to be really careful. So just a bit of nose back. Oh, a bit of blade slap there. Helicopter saying, what the hell are you doing? When I'm flying in terrain like this, it's very easy to get carried away and suddenly start overspeeding. So I'm just having to check that by dropping the collective a bit and pulling back on the stick slightly, because I don't want to break it. There we go, just coming up now. As you can see, we've descended a fair bit. We're a little bit lower. The other kind of cool thing I like about the Bijan mod is that it does remove the trees from the higher ground, which is a bit more realistic. Checking the map, yeah, we're on course. Yeah, you're right, Guy, a Wildcat would be cool. I kind of like the Merlin. It's funny, I remember, it's not a type I know a huge amount about, but the Merlin seems to be getting a bit of a bad rap. But I think to look at, it's a lovely helicopter. Yeah, I love what Bijan's mod has done. Definitely looks nice and realistic. So we're just following the river up now, and we should have Feshy Bridge coming up not too far ahead. To find in helicopters, I find a feature like a river or a road and instinctively want to start following it, but I do need to remember where we're going. It's always a good thing to remember where you're going in life. Don't worry, I'm not about to start singing. So just keeping it low. There are some wires here, as we see there. That's the Mamu power lines pack. Check the map and pop over the top, and there it is. Hello to Feshy Bridge. It's quite incredible. This is just the default Freshie Bridge in the sim, but Asobo have kind of modelled the gliders and all that sort of thing, which is rather realistic. Rather cool. Hello everybody, the idiot's back. There we go. Quite remarkable, isn't it, the journey that we've been on in this flight, how the weather has just been so typically Scottish Highland summer. That mixture of like some sun, some really dark clouds, some horrible rain. We've had it all. Just pop over the fence here. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of turbulence, but I'm not so sure. How far forward are we? A little bit further, I think. And we're down. Okay, cool. It's getting hot in this room again. There we go. Let's pop open the door, get some fresh air in. I still get a kick out of that. I still get a kick out of when you open the door and you get the sound. It's like I could almost hear. What I need is a fan set up over here, so that when I open the door I flick on the fan and suddenly that would certainly add to it, wouldn't it? Okay, let's have off. Let's jump outside. Oh, isn't it a beautiful helicopter? Is absolutely gorgeous. I am totally in love with this 500C. Really am. When I was a kid I used to have a toy one of these. It was like a police helicopter, and I just love the shape. It's so compact. You've got that relatively small rotor disc. You can get it anywhere. It's so damn manoeuvrable, and it's a huge amount of fun to fly. Really is. Okay, let's quickly get the labels on. Just a quick shout out to Guy. Good to have you along as always. Who else have we got? We've got Alan. Alan, how are you doing? Ah, that was you in the 086. That's the military version, if you haven't got it. But it's a great pack because you get the civvy version and you get the military version. It's not just the liveries, it's the cockpit is different. You can have short skid, long skid, you can get floats as well. Get all sorts. Alan knows his stuff, you can see by the way he's controlling that. It's not easy by any stretch. Don't worry, he hasn't got his door open. It's because I've got my door open, his door appears open as well. So there we are. What a wonderful flight. Huge amount of fun. Right, quick catch up with the chat. I'm just going to let me lock off the head tracking so I'm not breaking your neck. There we go. Right, we often do ground runs in the Wildcat. Depending on how out of balance the blades are, you get different feeding throughs. Oh, that's interesting. I guess that makes sense. Gino, be careful you don't crash the helicopter. Gino, you're getting a little bit worried there. Don't worry, you're in safe hands, sort of. Wessex is my least favourite to fly in. Not being able to see out the front can make it challenging sometimes. Yeah, I've got to say the Wessex, I know it's got a huge heritage, and it's done a lot, but it's not from an attractive point of view, which I know is very shallow. It's not one I'm sort of jumping to fly. Right, okay, well look, It's been a huge amount of fun having you on the stream. Thank you for everyone that's joined and watched. Thank you for everyone that's joined in the chat. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks to the guys that came along the flight as well. I hope it was good for you. It's a bit of a change from doing the hem stuff. I just thought it'd be nice to. I saw the weather and I thought, you know, it'd be nice to just have a quick fly around in helicopters and see what it's like. Test out the Bijan mod and see how that's affected things. It seems to have done a pretty good job. So happy with that. Mission successful all round. So yeah. Anyway, as I say, great to have you along. And I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.